Now, there's such a thing as being in way over your head, and that's where Candace Owens finds herself. Now, if you aren't aware, she's been sued in a court in the state of Delaware by the President and First Lady of France, Emmanuel and Brigitte Macron, because Owens has repeatedly bullied Madame Macron with a number of bizarre conspiracy theories, including the assertion that the First Lady of France is transgender. Now, as Owens phrases it, was born a man and will die a man. Now, it's a quote by Owens that she cannot prove because it's blatantly false. Now, Owens began repeating conspiracy theories about Brigitte Macron in 2021. Now, according to the lawsuit, Owens was trying to grow her independent platform, gain notoriety, and make money. So, yes, she's bullying the First Lady of France for clicks and will have to answer to the court for her actions. Now let's look at this. Here, Owens says she's giving out the award for Time Magazine's Man of the Year to Brigitte Macron. Now, Owens is literally selling merch to humiliate Madame Macron. Now, I posted a video about the lawsuit several months ago. Check out that video for some of the outlandish details of Owens's conspiracy theory about Brigitte Macron's gender. Now, I wanted to post an update now and share further details because I reviewed the court docket in the case, thinking that the case would have settled outside of court by now, but no. Let's take a look here. They're still in the pretrial motions phase, and based on this, I estimate there won't be any discovery in the case until February at the earliest, but it could be much later than that. So the lawsuit is proceeding slowly, as civil cases always do. But the fact that the case hasn't settled outside of court indicates to me that the Macrons want their day in court. Now, the President and First Lady of France are used to the spotlight. They don't fear the discovery phase of the lawsuit, as Owens has alleged. I mean, how does that even make sense? The Macrons are world leaders. They're not afraid of a little discovery. Now, lately I've heard pundits and podcasters suggesting that Owens might be crazy. Not in her right mind, they say, but what about this Man of the Year t-shirt? How do we explain that? A crazy person doesn't just print a t-shirt to humiliate someone and sell it to her followers. The t-shirt sold out, by the way. Now, that's methodical and intentional on Owens's part. Now, let's look at this. Okay, here, Owens amplifies a malicious post by Alexander Dugin, aka Putin's brain. Now, Dugin calls himself a political philosopher, and he works for Putin. Now, it's a cartoon depicting Madame Macron as a Neanderthal and says she's not even human, besides being transgender. Now, Owens responds, now, will Emmanuel Macron now send a strongly worded letter to Alexander Dugin? How global is Macron willing to go? So, Candace Owens is mocking the legal action taken against her by the Macrons, and she's admitting in so many words that she doesn't believe her own lies about Brigitte Macron. She seems to be saying with the tweet that her lies about Brigitte Macron aren't nearly as foul as Alexander Dugin's. But that's where Owens has miscalculated. Dugin is being a lot smarter here than Owens because no one could reasonably believe that Brigitte Macron is a cave woman. I mean, it's obviously farcical, whereas Owens has put on a show for years, since 2021, claiming with a straight face that Brigitte Macron was born a man. Also, she's accused Macron of committing statutory rape, and that's a serious allegation, which the Macrons have repeatedly denied. Now, Owens also said the Macrons resemble each other and must be an incestuous couple. Now, the lies of Owens just go on and on. Now, despite her bluster, Owens has to be worried. The legal system is a scary thing, and a brush with the law can change one's life permanently, okay? Now, as of now, the lawsuit still could be dismissed on technical grounds, the statute of limitations and personal jurisdiction. I've discussed the technical grounds in my previous video. But the substance of the lawsuit is rock solid. Now, Owens has a lot of online fans who are obviously not fans of the legal system, and they believe she'll get out of paying the verdict somehow, but she won't. So, Owens has to be worried. Now, for example, There's a criminal trial going on in France right now. Now, 10 cyberbullies are standing trial on criminal charges for online harassment with false claims about Brigitte Macron's gender. Now, the cyberbullies now claim they were engaging in satire. So, now they say they were being satirical or that they had a right to free expression, despite the law against cyberbullying in France. And that's why they're now up on criminal charges. The court's verdict is expected by January 5th. And as soon as the verdict comes in, I'll discuss it. Now, just some history. In 2024, the First Lady of France sued 2 individuals for slander after they claimed she was transgender. Now, these individuals were a self-proclaimed psychic and a publicist. They were found liable for slander. But then an appeals court determined that the 2 individuals had made their claims without knowledge of their falsity and overturned the verdict. So it seems the 2 individuals claimed that they were the victims of their own stupidity. That was their defense. But Madame Macron is asking France's highest court to reinstate the verdict. After all, they could have been victims of their own malice and greed. Now, as I mentioned, Owens began repeating the conspiracy theories about 2021. Now, a brush with the law can be an extreme experience. For example, Alex Jones, $1.5 billion in damages to the families of the Sandy Hook mass shooting. Now, Jones had repeatedly claimed on his podcast that the shooting never happened. Now, Alex Jones was forced to file for bankruptcy, and his assets will have to be liquidated to pay out the verdict. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and don't forget to subscribe.